our order today to open more outdoor spaces, and we are revising it to change the restriction on social gatherings to allow for outdoor gatherings only of up to 20 people. That should be a large enough group to let kids get out and swing a bat or kick a ball or shoot a basket in the sun with their teams. You can get together with your family. It should help people start to return to normalcy. It is not a dive into the deep end. It also still requires you to be smart, to be diligent. If your kids are practicing on the field, stay in your car. Please do not gather in groups around each other. Still be smart. Practice social distancing. This is a good faith step in the right direction. We are also following some of the best practices for health and safety that we have seen around the country and around our state in restaurants. There are thousands around the state that are set to close their doors for good. They cannot hold on very much longer. Carry out and drive-through are great if you have a drive-through window. Most family-owned restaurants are not so lucky, and their staff have been amongst the hardest hit. I am going to revise my order today to allow for outdoor and in-room dining with strict social distancing guidelines. There are rules that they have to follow. Mask for servers. They're going to have to close tables. No more than 50% capacity. I know this is not as far as many of you wanted us to go today, but it is a start. We'll continue to evaluate it, and we'll move up from here when the time is right. I hope that this will not only be some much-needed relief for those restaurant employees, but also provide some hope and some joy for the people of Mississippi. I also believe that it could even help improve to be able to improve safety as it potentially reduces the overcrowding in our grocery stores. We're not yet back to normal, but we're climbing out of the ditch day by day. Working together and being smart and understanding personal responsibility, we will get there. I want to talk about one of the few industries that remains ordered closed. It's one that I want to open badly. It's one that my wife wants me to open badly. It's one that many Mississippians want us to open badly. And it's our barbers and our salons. These, for the most part, are small, family-owned businesses. They are hurting. I have asked our health experts, our lawyers, and industry leaders 100 different ways we might reopen. We've probably spent more time on this topic than any other over the last 14 days. We will get there, but I cannot do that today. Yesterday, I listened as Dr. Burke said that she urged states not to reopen salons and barbers, even in phase 1 or phase 2 of their reopen plan. I want you to get back to work, but I can't put the people of our state at unreasonable health risk to do so. Here's what I can do. I've instructed my team to come up with a plan to get some stabilization money out to salons and barbers from the CARES Act funds. It won't be enough to make up for all of the pain you have suffered. It's not a replacement for your ability to earn a living. It's just something I can do to help keep you stable. I wish I could do more for everyone. I can do this. We're working on the details, and those will be coming very, very soon. I do want to say that plans such as that are threatened by the reckless action of the Mississippi legislature in a hastily called meeting late on Friday afternoon. They voted to strip the governor's authority to spend emergency funds for the first time in our state's history. They are trying to throw out the playbook in the middle of this pandemic. This money is the first time they have raised a voice during this period of many disasters about limits on emergency powers. It feels like 10 years ago, but just a few weeks ago, I used my emergency powers to order Mississippians to stay at home, and I used my emergency powers to close Mississippi businesses. I hated it. It hurt me inside. I was dragged through the mud in the national media for refusing to do it for weeks, and we lifted it as soon as we possibly could. I have been attacked by many on both sides for my desire to keep our economy fully open for as long as it was safe, and also I've been attacked by those who have said we should open sooner. I've used those emergency powers in such a way that I never, ever imagined. It's extraordinary power that I never asked for, and it's extraordinary power that I never wanted. I couldn't believe it was within my authority, and I really couldn't believe it was my responsibility. But I did what I had to do at that time. The Mississippi legislature never once objected. Then the federal government sent money. They sent emergency funds to help us get supplies and aid to the very people we know who needs it. In every typical emergency, the governor and state agencies spend federal funds because there's no time for 174 legislators to take weeks and weeks and months arguing over where they want it to go. It's how Mississippi has always done it. It's how we pay for more unemployment staff. It's how we pay for relief for small businesses. It's how we will pay for aid to our cities. And it's how we have paid for supplies, PPE.